The moment we crossed the state line into Oregon, we knew we were in for something special. We set our sights on Bend, where we planned to meet up with some friends and attend our first Overland Expo. Our drive brought us from foggy beaches and lush green forests to the arid landscapes of the high desert. Where are we, guys? Overland Expo?
With Chris and Sarah.
Chris and Sarah, our fellow van life friends.
This is an official endorsement for Active Adventure.
Yes.
Hi, we're Chris and Sarah.
Oh, wait. Is it recording?
Smash that like button.
Say that was fine. It's so much work. Overland Expo is a nationwide event that celebrates adventure travel and features hundreds of brands, classes, and activities geared toward life on the road. One day we'd love to have a four-wheel drive rig, so we were interested in getting some inspiration for when that time comes. We loved getting to spend a few days with our friends dreaming about future adventures. You can't come to Bend without mountain biking. With over 500 miles of single track, it's known to be one of the best spots in the country for our favorite sport.
This trail system is one of our favorite configurations where you can just camp on Forest Service roads right in the system and ride from camp. So that's what we did today. That's our plan every day, really. All of these trails in red and yellow are the ones we are going to do. And they're all closed for logging on weekdays. So I guess we're going down from here.
After the crazy pace of our travels so far, we used much of our time in Bend to slow down a little bit, bike, be tourists, eat good food, and get some van chores done. How much do you like this ocean roll?
It's so good. Laundry day, our favorite.
Oh, so much.
And now we wait and listen.
We barely scratched the surface of exploring Bend, but the time had come to visit a place we'd been longing to see for years. Destination, Crater Lake National Park. We camped in the forest with plans to wake up early and watch the sunrise at an overlook above the lake. And man, was it worth it.
It's like probably the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I'm glad we came for sunrise.
It was hard to pull ourselves away from Crater Lake, but we still had a few weeks left in Oregon, and our list of things to see and do was about a mile long. We made our home in the forests below Mount Hood, planning what would turn out to be one of the most action-packed weeks of our trip. Bike repair on the road. Thankfully, Connor was a bike mechanic.
This is the Mount Hood Express, and it has a bike trailer. $2 gets you a ride all the way up 4,400 feet. So that's what we did. We're about to do the 16-mile downhill back to the day. We are 2 miles in, over 500 feet down from the start. Woo! And it is just snow. Gorgeous.
The majority of van camping is pretty unspectacular. It's a lot of parking lots and roadside pullouts. But once in a while, you get lucky. You camp under an 11,000-foot sleeping volcano, falling asleep to the sounds of a glacial river. We still can't believe we got to call this home for a few days. Anyway, back to it. Well-deserved pizza.
How is it?
Oh, good. Moving west, we came to Astoria. In November 1805, the Lewis and Clark expedition made it to this area after traveling over 4,000 miles across the North American continent. We learned a lot of fascinating history as we spent the day at the Lewis and Clark National Historic Park. This park is also home to Fort Stevens, where in 1942, a Japanese submarine surfaced and fired 17 shells, making it the first military installation in the contiguous United States to come under enemy fire in World War II. After all that history, we headed downtown to Custard King for their homemade lemon curd. We'll be dreaming of that dessert for a long time. Back when we were in Washington, our friends Kelly and Nick offered to take us paddleboarding. We hadn't seen them since we filmed their Colorado wedding back in 2021, so we were of course excited. After a fun day of paddling and swimming, we made plans to meet up again in a few days' time near Cannon Beach in Oregon. This time they brought their dog Lily, and we spent all afternoon playing games at the beach. One of the great things about van life is how it's led to such great friendships. Although we had never met in person before, We'd long admired the work of fellow photographers and videographers, more than anything. When they heard we were in the area, Jacqueline and Ryan were kind enough to take us on one of their favorite hikes. We did some slight rappelling to get to these sea cliffs overlooking this beautiful cove. Thanks to Kelly, Nick, Jacqueline, and Ryan for taking the time to show us your incredible home. At this point, we were absolutely captivated by Oregon. We'd never been anywhere quite like it. Through mist and fog, we found ourselves stopping at nearly every pull-off and tiny town to sightsee. What do you got there, Connor?
We got smoked salmon chowder from the Vanlife Fish House. Can't wait.
It's gonna look really good.
Well, after a month on the road in Oregon, we finally found some real PNW mountain biking in here. Woo!
Might not know where I'm going yet, but I'm moving somewhere fast. Might not know what I'm doing yet, but racing for the crash. Come on up and stay with me. Keep it loose and free. Oh, can't you feel? Can't you feel? Give it up and fly with me. Take a hit and breathe. Oh, can't you feel? Can't you feel? Can't you?
Moving further south along the coast, we set our sights on what we knew would be the high point of our entire trip, the Samuel H. Boardman Scenic Corridor. Snaking along Highway 101 for only 12 miles, it packs quite the punch. Just when you think the view couldn't get any better, the road twists and you're confronted with even more beauty. This was the perfect way to end our time in Oregon and begin the long journey back home to Colorado. Six weeks, over 5,000 miles of driving, living, working, and playing in 4 states. This was the best summer of our lives. left our house in Colorado feeling restless, a little lost, and hungry for the road. We'd be returning more content, with a clearer vision for the future and grateful for the memories we made.
Alex for scale.
Our goal was to be as intentional as possible with these 6 weeks and soak up as many experiences as we could. I'd say we achieved that. Thanks for watching. Until next time.